Today what we are going to discuss, there will be two parts. The first part is we are going to end the remaining part of the believing in the Day of Judgment, and inshallah ta'ala at the second part we are going to discuss about the believing in the Qadwa and Qadar. Qadwa and Qadar mean it is our faith, okay, our luck. So how should we believe in it, and what is the benefit of believing in it, and why we should believe in them. So inshallah ta'ala, in the continuation of the last week lecture, which is about believing in Yawm al-Qiyamah, yani day of judgment, or end of the world, or end of the day. So in that case we have mentioned in the last lecture about the signs of Qiyamah. In the signs of Qiyamah, we all know that there are 5 major signs and there are so many minor signs. So we have discussed earlier, then it's all gone. So now the remaining part which I wanted to add in this regard is that on that very day is a real trial for everyone, every human being, whoever born earlier in this world until the date of the judgment. So they will all be examined, and also they will be put in the account, and all of their deeds will be reckoned. And then therefore the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the grave is either a garden from the gardens of paradise, or it is a pit from the pits of hell. So therefore when you die, when you are buried in a grave, according to this hadith, this grave is the sign that what are you going to encounter or face it. If your grave is a peaceful place, remember this is part of the paradise. If your grave is hell or facing a lot of torment, punishment, difficulties, then this is the pits of hellfire. It means Jahannam. So once the people, when they were alive, they do good deeds, helping others, following the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rules and regulations of the Islam, helping mankind, inshallah ta'ala their graveyard will be a very peaceful garden. And otherwise you see the consequences, a lot of torment, torture, punishment, difficulties. You can learn from the hadith and also from the online also. There are many the situation in the grave if a criminal or the bad person die. So therefore just to remind that when you die, all of your activity is ended. There is a hadith of the Prophet, when the son of the Adam they die, all of their activities come into end or cease it. No function is added anymore once you die, that one. So but 3 things will continue to add benefit in your record or in your amal, in your list of your activities. What are those 3? Number 1, ilmun nafi, yani the beneficial knowledge which you gain and you spread to your students, that remain forever. As long as those students teach their student, generation by generation, your knowledge will continue to spread, so that you will continue to receive the rewards from Allah subhanahu. Therefore being a teacher and lecturer or ustad or teacher, this is very good job. Remember this one. Therefore ilmun nafi, continue to benefit until the day of Qiyamah. The second thing is the amalus salih. Yani amalus salih mean particularly sadaqah jariyah. Sadaqah jariyah mean you do something, you spend some money or you donate some money to some places where the knowledge continue to spread, or the good deed ibadah can be performed until the end of the days. For example, you spend some money, or you give charity to the charitable association, organization, they continue to work until the end of the Qiyamah, right? Or you donate to the mosque or madrasa where students learn, get benefits, knowledgeable. This is also therefore a sadaqah jari. Or you build the mosque, okay, people continue to pray until the end of. So this is number 2. And number 3 is that awladus salih. Awladus salih mean you see, you have you marry, or you have good children. Even you don't marry, you have you adopted children, or you set up the orphanage where children are there, and you teach them, you brought them up, and then you continue this job. Although you die, someone continue to take over, continue to manage this orphanage. Or you have your own children, you teach them, you make them educated, let them continue their activities. Awladus salih, good children, they know their parents, they know their teacher, they know their ustad, they know their elders, they know their family members, neighbors, and also the community members. They always help them. Therefore 3 types of the good works which continue to help assist the people. So though you die, you continue to receive this one, right? So therefore when you die, of course, as I mentioned before you die, when you do all these things, and then you are in the grave. We don't know how many years you will be in the grave. It will continue until the end of the Qiyamah. So the first thing which I told you, on the day of the Qiyamah, Israfil, one of the angels, is assigned to blow the first horn. Okay, when he blow the horn, then as I mentioned earlier, entire world will collapse. The planets and also the stars and everything, the wind will blow like anything, the typhoons, tufan, right? And also mountains are floating, people are running left and right, up and down, tsunamis, waters are all raising up, the oceans, all fires, forest fires. Oh, so chaos, no one can save. So this is the first blow, and the second blow, of course, the day of the judgment started. So when he do second blow, right, on the horn, and the people who died, they came up from their respective graveyard. As I mentioned, the first graveyard is the Jannatul Baqi in Medina. Therefore, people when they go there, they pray to God, let us die in the Holy Land of Medina or Holy Land of Makkah. So the second group which raise up are from Makkah, and then the grave which is closer to Makkah and Medina, and gradually the rest of the world, wherever these graveyards are there, people will go up and they will gather on the day of the judgment. So that is the the first blow and the second blow. And then after that we say it is the gathering where they are going to gather. Many people coming from the different parts of the world, and then they are aiming towards the Yawmul Hashr. So and that day, as I mentioned, everyone is naked, no clothes on their body, right? And also you are seen by everyone, but no one can heed what you are doing that, right? So everyone is concerned about their own safety and security, right? Whether you are naked or you are willy-nilly, no one cares. And you have no footwear, no slipper, no shoe, nothing. Your foods are being burning, right? And there is no water, and then your sweats are flowing. You see billions and billions of people gather in one place. The heat of the body, the heat of the sun on top of your head, okay, and it's a big biggest chaos and hazard. People cannot stand for this one, and you need shade, right? As I mentioned, the shade of the throne, The shade of the throne is that, according to the Quran, before I talk about the shade of the throne, you want something water, you don't get water. So sweat is only there, and also the rotten blood, okay, and which is also available. You have no choice. You drink that one. It doesn't go inside your neck, right? You face a lot of difficulties. So no father, have idea about looking for children, so no mother. So even the mother who is feeding the baby, she forget her baby. So this is such a great difficulties you will face over there. This means that telling all this difficulty is not necessarily threaten you, but you to get careful, and you to get understood about what is going to happen. So you have the idea how to protect yourself, how to prevent all this not to cause on you. So in that time you will be looking for the shade. That the shade is only the shade of Allah subhanahu, the throne of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the only shade you can get it. The people who are pious, righteous, and of course following the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, helping people have a good record, and their record is heavy, then they will get the chance to stay under the shade of the throne, right? And also after you get either under the shade of the throne or in the scorching heat and the sun, right, you look like your face is quite scared and very scary, right, fearful, and you look very sad and also very concerned about your safety. And then the time of the beginning of the judgment came up. So in that time, according to the Waja al-Maliku Safan Safa, Waja al-Maliku Safan Safa, Allah is coming. You can see it that time. You will allow to see the Allah. Behind Allah there is millions of angels. They Safan Safa, line by line, they will be there and they will follow you, right? So these are the scene of the judgment day. Yawmul Hashr is there. And then when you look at that, whether you don't know whether you will happy or you are sad, you can't identify yourself, differentiate yourself, you are happy or you are, because you are concerned about your own judgment, and you are waiting for that time. And then we don't know that day how many it lasts long. We don't know about it. It is all up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you can imagine billions and trillions of peoples gathered in one place, and one by one judgment is there. Al-Mizan, the scale is there where all of your deeds will be way there, right? So whether it will be heavier or you don't know this one. So it's a very scary time, and it's a very frightening for everyone what is going to happen. We don't know about this one. So everyone is looking at each other. Everyone is asking, what about my problem? What about my judgment? And then at that time people are only seeking the their respective prophets, okay, who can come and help you, like the nations of the Adam. They will go to him. The nations of the Musa alayhi salam, they will go to him. The nations of the Isa alayhi salam, they will go to him. Everyone is seeking the assistance from their respective prophets, and then everyone will tell their nation that even we can't save ourselves. Adam said, I made a mistake in the paradise, so Allah will not listen my request, so you go to others. Musa also say, Isa also say. Isa said that I taught my people to worship Allah, and people are now worshipping me, and they say I am the son of the God. I didn't say about this one. And how come our nations is derailed from the right path to the wrong path? They have deviated from the right path, right religious rulings, to the wrong one. So he also feels shy and he become very shameful, and he say, you go to others. So finally everyone will try to look at who are the savior of that very day. So everyone came to understand that is our last prophet, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They will follow him, they will, inshallah ta'ala. And then what happened? Then the scaling started, judgment started, and everyone will be called one by one in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and all of their deeds will be put on the scale, right? So that's record of each person will be, after the weighing their all deeds, what they have done on that very day, every record will be given to everyone. So for فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ, when the result, the certificate which is given to the person in the right hand, so he will be very happy. He say, I am very happy and I got the certificate, I will be going to the paradise. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِالشِّمَالِ, and the people who are given in their left hand, they become very sad, and they know that now this is the judgment has been made. Okay, I am being judged and my verdict is given. I got this certificate in my left hand, so I am very sad, and you feel very scary, and you are very frightened that you are going to hellfire. So this is about the records of the person which will be given to each and every one. So therefore then that is the end of your all deed, and you have no more hope for anything. Once you get that certificate, you will be dragged to that place. But before you are dragged either to the hellfire or the paradise, there are also something that you need to also look into it. So everyone is trying to seek the pardon and permissions or intercession or shifa, who can give us. On one hand they are thirsty, they don't have any water, so they will go to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-Kawthar. The Kawthar is a river where this water is flowing. In this water there are two things included in that. One is the honey, second is the milk. Of course this is very tasty and also very energetic also, as once you drink that one, you forget all of your problems, your task, also your hunger, you forget everything until you enter at the gate of the paradise. See, this is the benefits of drinking the Kawthar water, which is existed in the first floor of the heaven, and this is belong to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who follow the commandments of the Prophet, who follow the Sunnah of the Prophet. They will be given these facilities on the day of the judgment. So of course at the same time, after drinking that water, still you are not safe. You may also need to look for his permission or his request towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah allow you to enter the paradise. And once you got this paper, the certificate, the result, still in your left hand, still you are looking for, seeking the assistance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Either way, whether you got the certificate in your left hand or in your right hand, before you go to paradise or before you go to the hellfire, you need to cross the bridge. The bridge is called this al-Sirat. This Sirat, not Salah, Sirat, Pur Sirat. Pur means the bridge. Okay, Sirat is this name of the bridge, this one. It's a very long bridge, that one. Okay, and also the flow of the bridge, which is made with the very tiny, the threads, which is look like a hairs of human being. Even it is thinner than the hairs of the human being. When you are walking on that bridge, look like you are going to fall, because the flow is so thin and also very scary also, and you never know whether you will be safely cross that bridge or not. So anytime you can fall down because of this one. And then this is what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned in the hadith about this one, right? What is that? It is about the Sirat, and this is the bridge, very scary. And then when you look at down, then you can see the hellfire. You see, as though it is very far flung, but still it's very close to you also. It's very scary. So you look at the hellfire, it is just beneath this bridge is there. So you feel very scary, and also your eyes are blinking because you are very scary, you don't know whether you will fall or you will save or whatever there. And according to the hadith, it is 5,000 or 5 million miles. This bridge is so long. You see, the people who are going to go hellfire, they feel that it is so long, we don't know when it's going to end, this bridge. At the same time, for each and every step, you feel all the time frightened because of the hellfire you see at the down of this one. And also for the people who are going to go to the paradise, for them, as though that you are just sitting on the back of the very fast horse, then you are sitting on it and you are running like anything. Even you didn't know such a very, very long bridge seems to be in the very short moment you cross that bridge and you are very safe to that one. So therefore, for the people who got the ticket in their in their right hand, they are very happy. The people who got in their left hand, even they cannot walk. According to the hadith, they say they are crawling on the bridge. They are crawling on the bridge. This is so terrible. And then sometimes you look that you are really falling, then you wanted to hold something at the corner of the bridge or in the middle of the bridge. You see something, you try to hold it, maybe something like a stake or whatever. Once you hold it, then it's like a very thorny stick there. As once you hold it, your hands also got stuck over there, or then your hands also got worn, and also the bloods are flowing from your hands because you are not really holding the stick, but the stick, it has a lot of thorn over there. Asure Shinira, you will see this one. So it's a very terrible bridge for those who are going to the hellfire, right? But then very sadly to inform you that in some way you will fall there and then you go to the hellfire. Those are the culprit, the criminal who did a lot of wrong thing in this world. And then once the people who fall down, they go to the hellfire, that's finished. But then the people who cross the bridge very swiftly, like the people who are crossing this bridge, the people who are going to go to the paradise. Once we reach to the last part of the bridge, then he will see there is one place which is called a plateau. In Myanmar we say that it is a jasaka. There will be one abode, you will be asked to sit there. That's in English we call the plateau. It is a place between the hellfire and also paradise. So why you are asked to stop on that very place is, that is the place where lastly you will have to settle your account with those indebted by you. And you need to pay some debt to those people, correct? In that case, let's say you slap someone, you forget it, right? But that guy comes and they say, you remember when I was in the wall and you slept on my face, right? And then I'm not going to slap back to you, but you need to give me one of your reward. Let's say you have a 1 million reward, you need to pay back 100 reward for this one. Another thing is, sometimes you don't know, right? You have taken some money from someone, you need to pay for it, but you forget to pay, right? It is not intentionally, but you innocently you forget it. But on that very place, in this plateau, a place between the paradise and the hellfire, you need to settle all those things. By doing that, let's say you got 100% of your reward. After settling all this debt there, maybe you got 50%. After that, you are allowed to enter to the gate of the paradise. On the gate of the paradise, again you will be told that, for example, you before settling your debt, you got 100% of your reward. You are going to live in the highest level of the paradise, because in the paradise there are 7 name of the paradise. The highest name of the paradise is called Jannatul Firdaus, where there are a lot of Salihins and also the Nabiyyin and also all these companions of the prophets. They are there. So you are very lucky. Therefore, you in this world you need to dua all the time. Ya Allah, please place me. Allow me to stay with those Sahaba, prophets, good people, Salihin, right? So then once you give back 50% of your debt to those people, right? So instead of living in the Jannatul Firdaus, then your level also come down there. So therefore, before you go to die, for example, you know that you are going to die, make sure that you settle all your debt or whatever things. Therefore, when people are about to die, they call people, they visit people, they say, if I have any mistake, please forgive me, right? And also I did mistakes, so I disturb you, so I torture you, right? I make you concerned about my status and this and that. So you seek the forgiveness from people around in your society, and you talk to Allah, Ya Allah, please forgive me. I don't remember whom I torture, right? Whom I am indebted to anyone, so please forgive me. So that on that in plateau, you don't have any problem later over there. And then when you reach to the at the gate of the paradise, so then you are not allowed. There is one hadith, remember, you are not allowed to enter the paradise because you earn so many merit, so many reward from Allah or from anyone. You will be only allowed to enter the paradise with the intercessions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What is the intercession? Intercession is called Shifa'a. It's a request from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, you earn so many good deeds, but still you need to get the permission from the Prophet and also request from the prophets to Allah. Once you receive that one, then you enter the paradise one. Who is going to get the shifa or the intercession from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Is those people who listen to the Prophet. Okay, whatever condition you have it, you don't take yourself as fast. You will be rich person, you will be most intelligent person, but you forgive everything, you become so humble, and then you talk to the Prophet, you send the salawat to the prophets, sallallahu alaihi nabi, sallallahu alaihi. Always remember the Prophet, okay, the best module, okay, the best person, okay, the highest level. Then you always send him the salawat, and also always you thought astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Don't put yourself as a big whatever. Be humble to everyone, and don't harass anyone, don't torture anyone, okay? Don't make it yourself as a proud one. Don't create problem for everyone, right? So these are the people you will get the mercy from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then inshallah ta'ala you will be living in the day of the in the paradise forever. Therefore, innal ladhina amanu wa amilus salihati lahum jannatun tajri min tahtiha al-anharu khalidina fiha abada radiyallahu anhum wa radu anhu zalika liman khashiya rabb. No fear, nothing at all. You enjoy in the paradise. So paradise is the place where you just wish you get everything. You have trees, you have apples, orange, mangoes, whatever fruit, any food, beef, anything, you will get that one, right? Water, honey, milk, everything. Even the servant which is next to you, even the wife used to be in this wall, she will be your wife over there. Make sure that she also do the good thing lah. If she make a problem, we don't know she will be with you or not, right? Same thing the husband, he will also with you, as long as he do the good job, as long as he follow the sunnah and also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there shouldn't be any problem for this. And then by believing in the day of judgment, you have the benefits are there. So what are the benefits? Number one, you become a good person, you become a righteous person, Okay, you always try to do good deed in your life. And also you remember that on the day of the judgment, you want the ticket in your right hand. So you fear all the time. You always crying, though you achieve something in your life. But then you remember that that achievement should be again given back to the people. So you feel happy, you thought safety, you feel secure on all these things. And also you scared to commit any sin. You scared to harm anyone. That are the benefits of believing in the day of the judgment. And then you also fear the torments of the day of judgment. You fear the sun is on your head. You fear the thirsty you are going to face on that very day. You fear that the hellfire which is at the bottom of this, the sirat, the bridge, right? And you are very scary about those things. Then what you do, you always try to remember yourself. You pray 5 times a day. All the times you are seeking the forgiveness from Allah subhanahu. This all will come in your mind, and then you start physically working on it. You never be proud yourself. You never become arrogant. You never become egoistic. You remove all your ego. Don't talk that you are so and so, you are so and that. Forget about your professor or whatever. Still you are a normal person. Make it yourself humble. This all benefit you will get it once you learn this, the last day of the judgment. Once you come to know the torment which is coming before you. So you become so good person. You become a very strengthened, and you become very righteous, and you wanted to help yourself, you wanted to help others. So these are the last part of Yawmul Qiyamah which I have mentioned to you. So remember, and I have mentioned you believing in Allah. I have mentioned about the believing in the Malaikat, believing in the books, believing in the prophets, believing in the Yawmul Qiyamah. And now the remaining parts, inshallah, just for about half an hour, I will talk about the believing in your faith. We call Qadwa and Qadar, your luck, Kandiya. So how is this? So remember, these are the things which we are going to inshallah have a test in the next week. Maybe it may be a short answer, so objective question will be coming up. So remember all those things which I have said earlier about this one. So remember,